So it's been 2 weeks and welcome back to another F1 weekend. This time it is the Australian Grand Prix. So this race is held in the Albert Park circuit in Melbourne, Australia. So I will show you more about the circuit in this track walk segment. So I'll be switching over to a pre-live recorded variant of me. So this is the start-finish straight on the track. This is the first DRS zone. I will show you the detection zone for this at the end of our lap. And this meets up at turn 1, which is a sharp turn. And this turn has quite a lot of interesting events over here. I can show you it was Martin Brundle's incident and 2016 Fernando Alonso. And this is the second DRS zone on our track. So Michael Schumacher holds the most amount of wins on this track, and this is a very sharp right-hander, which is turn 3, and it's one of the slowest parts of the track. And I'll show you the slowest part later on, which is near the start-finish straight. And this brings us towards a small straight towards turn 6. And after turn 6, there is another DRS detection zone. So fun fact about this circuit, this has the most amount of DRS zones on any track in the calendar, which is 4. But it has only 3 detection zones. Over here is 1. And I will show you where the DRS zone for this detection point is. So this track is quite popular for, not having as many overtakes. But last year it was a chaotic race. And I'm hoping for some chaos this year as well, but I don't know. I do mind a peaceful race, so I hope everyone's safe, but I'm down for some chaos. So this is the next DRS straight, which is turn 8, and it is a very long DRS corner, and this brings on to turn 9 and 10, and at the end of turn 10 you exit into another DRS straight, which begins around here. So this race is actually the home race of Daniel Ricciardo and Oscar Piastri, and now it's 2 right-handers over here, and after this right-hander is gonna be where the DRS detection zone is, and which is also one of the slowest corners on the track. Oh, I think it is the slowest corner on the track. Okay, don't quote me on that. Right around here, and this brings us to the penultimate corner and back into our start finish straight. So yeah, and here's the final DRS zone, or the first DRS zone. So 4 DRS zones on this track. Okay, so that brings me to ending this track walk with you. So back into post edit me, or voiceover me. So I'll see you there in voiceover. Bye. So now that the track walk is over, let's get on to our next segment, the news. So what happened in the last 2 weeks? Well, Audi apparently fully purchased Sauber, or the Kick, Steak, Sauber F1 team, or whatever they're called these days. That used to be Alfa Romeo, and Audi was supposed to purchase a certain percentage of it, but apparently now they are planning to, or it's already almost confirmed that they will be purchasing the entire team in the coming future. So what about the Red Bull Horner updates? There's a rumor that Max might move to Aston Martin now, because Aramco apparently wants to buy Aston Martin or take over a large part of the company, and they basically have a bottomless pit when it comes to money, and they're basically apparently gonna offer, it's a rumor, don't take any of what I'm saying as fact. I can show you my sources for backing. Apparently they will write a blank check to Adrian Newey and Max Verstappen, so there's a chance that he might go there. And also there's another update about Horner's drama. He did not know that Max had an exit clause in his contract. It was done later by Helmut Marko and the Max Verstappen camp. So yeah, because Helmut Marko is a director of Red Bull, like the big Red Bull, the drink company. So he apparently had the right to change the country. And so that was there. And now there's a new drama brewing up. You know, the president of FIA, Mohammed bin Sulayem, well, there's a lot of controversy surrounding this guy. Like, recently there were rumors like, you know, he has been race fixing and doing this and that. Give me a moment, my cats are going crazy. So, okay, I'm sorry for any disturbances in the background. My cats are going crazy. So where was I? Okay, back to this. Mohammed bin Sulayem. I'm sorry, I struggle to pronounce these complicated names sometimes. He was being investigated for, you know, fraud and like race fixing. Apparently, last year in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, was it the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix? He apparently fixed Alonso's result where he was given a 10-second penalty and they decided not to give it to him. And it was rumored that like some whistleblower came up and said that Mohammed bin Sulayem interfered with their result, and basically he changed the result. So I mean, they basically got him on the podium. That's why he was investigated, and they're like, okay, if this was the case, what other things must he have interfered with as well? And there's a lot of controversy surrounding this guy. And also, previously you might have noticed the Susie Wolff and Toto Wolff thing. If you don't know who they are, Toto Wolff is the team principal of Mercedes F1 team. Susie Wolff is in charge of the F1 Academy. So she basically works for F1. And they had thought that, there was a rumor that there were like sensitive information shared between Toto and Susie via pillow talks. And I found it quite weird, like, stuff like, okay, other teams cost caps and this and that, like private behind the scenes information was shared between them. But then the FIA started investigating Susie and Toto Wolff for that, because they said, I think some team or someone have made a complaint about this, and then all the teams started posting the same message. I can bring up a screenshot of that thing saying that they have not raised any complaints, and they all posted it at the same time, which was very weird. So then basically the FIA had to back down on their claims, and they just completely silenced themselves. So where this comes in was yesterday or day before yesterday. So I'm recording this on Thursday evening. So a few days ago, or maybe a day ago, I saw a tweet where there will be no further investigations about Mohammed bin Sulayem for his fraudulent activity. And the moment that arrived, I don't know if it's coincidence or what, Susie Wolff posted on her Instagram story. I don't know if she posted it somewhere else, but I saw it on Instagram. I saw it on Lewis's Instagram, where they demanded transparency about their investigation. They want to know who made these false claims about this. So basically, a lot of people are criticizing the FIA president for being a very bad leader. And this is another drama that's brewing up in the F1 paddock. There's so much off the track drama and nothing on the track. I really want this race to be an interesting race. So okay, enough about that. And then there's some investigations going on again where they're going to take it to a criminal court as well. So I'll update you further on that when I get to know more information. Right now I have just a couple of tweets to back it up. And also Lewis Hamilton, when he was asked what he thinks about this, he also thinks that he said that he never trusted him, or there was never any, don't quote me on this, I'll post a screenshot of what I read basically here. I saw an article and I'll post it here. So yeah, a lot of controversy here in F1. And on the other side, there's a rumor that Alpine might sell their team to Andretti, which Andretti wanted to join F1 as 11th team, but they were rejected, and now they're planning to buy Alpine. So okay, without further ado, let me move on to my predictions. So last week I predicted Lando as pole position. He qualified 6th. P1 I predicted Checo. He was 2nd. P2 Charles, he was 3rd. P3 I said Lewis, he was 9th. I'm not predicting Mercedes on the top again till I see some actual results. All my hope has just vanished. I've been living in a fantasy world, and I decided to let go of that. And P4 I predicted Lando, but he finished P8, and Oscar Piastri finished P4 instead. And then P5 I predicted Carlos Sainz. He did not even start the race because of his appendicitis. So okay, that's how my predictions went. I got 0 out of 6. Okay, so time for my predictions this week. So on pole position, I'm going to put Max Verstappen. P5, Lando Norris. P4 Sergio Perez, P3 Charles, P2 Oscar Piastri, and P1 Max Verstappen. Why? Every time I predict Max Verstappen not to do something good, he finishes right at the top. So this time I'm reverse engineering it. Let's see. Let's hope this works. And okay, what about my final thoughts? Well, Daniel Ricciardo needs a few redemption drives because people are saying he's washed. I believe he probably has an year or two left in him and he needs to step up his game. Mercedes, they need to get their flow together. Like the last race weekend, they brought a flow upgrade and apparently they ran practice without the new flow and they fit the new flow for the race, and that messed up with their setup. But I don't know, I have no faith in Mercedes at the moment. Oh no, never mind, I should commit. I committed to supporting Mercedes this year. Mercedes and McLaren, the two British teams, I am gonna support them. Aston Martin is British, but I think this is more of the OG teams, so that's why I'm supporting them. No hate against Aston. And yeah, so Mercedes were also doing glory runs apparently on Thursday. I'm not sure, these are just rumors, don't quote me for that. So yeah, Ferrari, I hope Ferrari can win a race, because if they qualify on top on this track, which Ferrari might be strong on, I see them even going for a win, a sneaky little win. And then what else? I'm not really superstitious, but my top predictions haven't come right. So yeah, that's why I'm doing everyone a favor by doing that other weird predictions. So yeah, Mercedes, apparently they're postponing their upgrades and they're gonna just do a test run this weekend. That's why I didn't even predict any of the Mercedes boys in the top 5. But also Mercedes have been historically pretty good on this track. They've always had a podium almost every year. So I don't know. And Alpine, I really have no idea. I really want these guys to do well, but because I feel bad for their drivers, like Haas is doing better than them. They're having actual steady progress. So I don't know, I feel really bad for Alpine. They need to get something together because poor Gasly and Ocon. And I think RB should also be able to get their act together, because it's a relatively new car, but they haven't made much progress, even though they have the Red Bull suspension, which I think is their strongest part of their car. The Red Bull, the suspension and the flow is making all the difference compared to the other cars. Yeah, that's about it. So that's my preview for this track. Hope you guys enjoy the race. I'll see you again next week with my tier list on what I think, how these guys perform. Oh man, I'm losing my words. I'm really tired right now, so I have to get back to editing. So see you guys. Hope you enjoy the race weekend. Bye. Cheers.